All right, everybody, welcome in. This is a weekly twin flame reading. Hope everybody's doing great today. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy Festivus, whatever you celebrate. All right, let's see where we go. For the collective, I am in the middle of doing all the zodiac readings. They're quite intense. They involve a lot of astrology looking forward into 2025. So thank you for being patient with me. It's taking me a lot longer to do each one, but I want to make each one of them. It's not fully comprehensive, each one, but I feel like I'm picking out astrological aspects and changes that are relevant to that sign. Okay, so let's see where we go for the twin flame reading this week. What is happening with the masculine and feminine starseed? Boy, that has been showing up a lot. Thus one journeys to the stars. Second reference to stars, 2 cards, both referencing the stars. Each evolutionary turn requires you to give up who you think you are. Evolution. And and coming soon, welcome to the next ascending age. So this is a time, I've been talking about this for quite a while with the twin flame journey. And it's quite a very loud moment for twin flames because we are witnessing wounded masculine energy. We are witnessing feminine energy, recognizing, I think I talked last week about the Queen of Swords energy, about really recognizing their inner masculine. The masculine, divine masculine energy that's coming from wounded masculine right now, not all of those on this planet that identify as masculine, as gender, are really in this. But I will say that there's a significant portion of wounded masculine, and that's what we're healing right now. All right, that's what we're healing. That's why the what's happening in the US, around the world, all right, around the world, you're going to be seeing this, especially in the first 6 months of next year, of 2025. There is going to be a lot of revelation. And I can pretty much lay that at the feet of Neptune, because Neptune is about illusion and what we have been living in as Neptune has transited Pisces. Neptune's going to be dipping into Aries a little bit in 2025, and that's going to be like a great awakening. So let's see what's going on for the twin flame journey itself. We can drill down into the personal and be up into the expansive collective, both in these readings. So let's see what's going on for the collective right now. Knight of Wands underneath, that's fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. We've got the World. We've got the 5 of Cups. We've got the Justice card, and we've got the King of Cups. This is the masculine feminine integration. This is the external masculine with an internal feminine integration. And this is a young, I feel like a lot of the wounded masculine has to do with childhood wounds, right? So this can be an immature expression of that. And we're getting toward the mature, but there's a sense of loss here. There's a sense of loss and a sense of need for justice. And this world energy, as we're talking about, is the collective. From a personal angle, this can be about the collective really seeing how their personal challenges or journey in their own twin flame experience is really being mirrored in the collective, and vice versa, right? There's a lot of you who are writing to me and saying to me about the starseed, the drone stuff that we've been looking at in New Jersey. There's going to be a lot of revelations that come out of the government about, what has been only hinted at in, grocery store tabloids. Not hinted, they're talking about it. And this is like upside down world, right? Like those publications were the most maligned publications throughout my lifetime. And what if they were telling the truth, there are a lot of you talking about your awareness of your own starseed journey and how that integrates with the twin flame journey. Okay. Magician, death, Gemini, Sagittarius, Libra, the fire energy, the water energy here. Wow. 9 of Wands, the ending of a pattern. We are witnessing the ending of patterns, especially as it relates to divine masculine wounding. We're witnessing the ending of that. And I love that the Justice card here, look at the feminine energy of justice, the sun and the moon, because this is about a nurturing thing. This is not about this is about compassion, right? The highest level. So there is going to be, as Neptune pops into Aries next year, as we have Saturn there too. Saturn is coming right along with it. Saturn is kind of containing the illusion to no. Saturn is disciplining things so that it doesn't get out of hand. I feel that Saturn is going to give us that gift of it needs to have discipline to it. There's something about that to me that feels very comforting, because I do feel like there is a masculine energetic expression that is going to be passing away, a wounded masculine energy that is going to be transformed, let's just say it that way, transformed out of a pattern that comes from shadow, right? Away from that. We're moving away from that. King of Pentacles. I also see the King of Swords under here, and this is the Aquarius energy. So I'm just going to take that, okay? Because I'm seeing a lot of kings here now. The King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, that's a traditional masculine archetype here. And, you know, this is for the collective. So this is not about a personal divine masculine per se. It's really about what's happening in the collective. And we are transmuting the energy of wounded masculine and wounded feminine in many ways, or the wounded masculine in all of us. We're transmuting that archetype. We're working with that. King of Pentacles, especially around money. Hierophant, around tradition. Magician, about what's possible in terms of manifesting what we think is possible, what's not possible, what is reality. Because Neptune is super blurry, especially in Pisces. It just loves it there. But now Neptune coming into Aries, there has to be some like hard and fast boundaries or hard and fast definitions of things. King of Coins, Hierophant, 7 of Pentacles. This is about aligning with a reality, Taurus, that embraces a healed masculine, embraces a healed feminine as well. Woo! 10 of Swords. There it is. That's the end of the wounded masculine archetype. Queen of Wands. Now we're getting into the queens here. And the Lovers card. There's Gemini. Gemini. The Magician energy is Mercury. We've had Mercury in Sagittarius, and it's been in retrograde. And Sagittarius can be the energy of optimism, maybe too much optimism or too much playfulness and not enough grounding. Sagittarius is also about the truth. So the truth has been in retrograde for a while, probably longer than you and I want it to be. But now here's Gemini, also ruled by Mercury, the Queen of Wands. This is fire energy. There's something about the end of this wounded period that is going to require us to have a lot of compassion. Okay, I really see that. In a personal sense, a lot of you have commented that there has been a lot of separation in your own twin flame journey, and there's a lot of rage. I hear it. Okay, I see you guys with your comments about the masculine not getting their shit together and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just here to tell you that it cannot experience, because if you're a divine feminine watching this, you have a masculine in you too. And whatever has been wounded in your life in terms of being able to take action in your life, or being able to have sovereignty over your body or whatever that is, there is some illusion around that. Neptune and Pisces, or since 2012. So there's been some illusion that is being clarified right now. And so there can be a lot, for some of you, that's a relief. For some of you, it's a letdown. And especially as it relates to your own personal journey, that, you know, I feel like for most of you on the spiritual path here, this is going to be a relief, because this shows the ability for the masculine energy to transform and move out of old patterns. We just had Pluto go through the 29th degree of Capricorn, which is old masculine patterns, and move into the energy of Aquarius. But Aquarius can be very cold. All right, King of Swords. Aquarius can be very cold. So there's something here about not having a lot of sentimentality. Okay, not having a lot of sentimentality to things. And I will say that, you know, I also want to bring in Mars in retrograde, because Mars is going into Cancer. That's the integration of masculine, feminine. Mars is retrograding, going back from Leo, which is a masculine sign, into Cancer, which is a feminine side. Mars, masculine, Cancer, feminine, that's the moon, right? Ruled by the moon. And so there is this nice integration piece, which we're seeing in this Lover's card. So I also want to say to you that it feels to me a little bit like the masculine may have some illusions, or have had some illusions that do not exist anymore. They're going to have some kind of blast of clarity around tradition, around what they believed was the correct way of doing things. This is the way we do things, and seeing it as, oh, wow, this is harmful or hurtful or something like that. Or this has damaged me or hurt me, or damaged and hurt my divine feminine. So there's this kind of reckoning feeling with this reading. I'm going to look at the Ten of Swords here. Why is the Ten of Swords here? For me, because swords is about thinking and mind, the Ten of Swords is the disruption of that, the feeling of being betrayed. All right? Betrayed by an illusion perpetrated on society. Six of Wands, Knight of Swords. There's the anger. There's the anger. The Hanged Man. Oh my goodness. Seeing things from a new perspective. And there's the Moon. Seeing things from a new perspective. Their feminine side. Seeing things from a new perspective. When they get disillusioned, when this masculine is disillusioned with some kind of tradition or pattern that they've lived in, it comes from childhood, right? Like, this is a pattern that kept me safe in childhood. But now it's hurting me, and it's harming my divine feminine. And it's harming my ability to have relationships. It's harming. And so that pattern can no longer exist. And actually it's shown to be detrimental only through their own awareness of it. No amount of love or healing or nurturing, or, oh, the divine feminine is going to come and wrap up the masculine. And there's not going to be this kind of Mars energy as Mars goes back into Leo next year. I think that is what we've already tried. The feminine has tried to love the masculine into their nurturing and loving side for generations. And that has not happened, which is why we're at this tipping point. The masculine has to see it for themselves, feel the Ten of Swords themselves. Once that happens, then the love can come in. It's sort of like it has to break their heart in order for love to pour in. All right. So I am seeing that. Let's look at a few cards for the feminine, a few cards for the masculine. In the extended, I'll talk a little bit more about the energy of some things happening next year, why I'm saying the first 6 months. And we'll also talk about what you don't see coming and where this is headed. Okay. So for the divine feminine energy, Fool. Divine feminine's already on the new path. Underneath is the Star card of healing. Seven of Cups. I feel like the feminine is a little bit unclear on this, that the masculine has to be broken open. Okay. The Ace of Cups. There stands at the ready. Lovers. There it is again. The moon again. Oh my God. Beautiful. 10 of Wands. Outcome 4 of Wands. So the feminine is there. But only like, I feel like this is timing. Like, oh, I'm not sure what the timing is of when I'm to embrace or offer this Ace of Cups again. This is a level of compassion because the feminine really has held the love of the connection. And it's time to put that down because the masculine's heart is kind of being shattered right now. And that's a really hard thing to watch. It's kind of like a, watching your child make mistakes or do things that are going to harm them. And they're going to harm them. And you want to stop it. You're like, okay, raising my frequency, doing my healing. That's going to move my It is, but this lesson must be experienced. Gemini energy. And I feel like Gemini energy might be the timing. We just had a full moon in Gemini in December, right? December 1st or early in December 15th. I can't remember, but we just had a full moon in Gemini. So there was something about like, let them experience it. You can't protect them from this. Okay. So, masculine energy, let's look at that for a second here. Where's the masculine right now? 4 of Cups, stubborn underneath. 2 of Wands at a decision point. Situation, Wheel of Fortune. This week, I'm going to be giving you a little video about timed and destined events, finding the timing of destined events. So this might be relevant for you guys in the twin flame journey about understanding when union happens or when this moment is due for you personally. Okay, so watch for that. It's a video. It's going to be showing up tomorrow on Christmas Day. It's a class I taught a while ago. And so I wanted to share that with you. There's the Lover's card again. This is Gemini energy. Something about the full moon in Gemini was a closing up of an old way of doing things, masculine, feminine. The feminine closed up an old way. The masculine closed up an old way. And the feminine really was like, okay, I can't save you from this. You really need to experience it yourself. Emperor. Boy, stubborn. 2 of Swords, more stubborn. Like, look, the feminine's trying to tell you. Nope. La, 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 la. Not hearing it. Queen of Pentacles. And the outcome here is Ace of Cups. Beautiful energy again. So this is a moment in time where when the masculine aligns, because Queen and King of Pentacles are here. And this is an earth experience. This is not really, I mean, it's spiritually related because this is twin flame, but this is a physical experience. Queen of Pentacles. They have to integrate their feminine in their own life, in their own way of being on the planet. They have to be sort of step into their nurturing side, right? Like this King of Cups. They're needing to do that. Everything I've read about the King of Cups as 35 years, 40 years of tarot has been about how uncomfortable the masculine energy is with that Ace of Cups. And I feel like that's where we're going here. I feel like the masculine is going to become more comfortable in their feminine side, and the feminine, by doing this, by closing up a pattern of codependency. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of all the nurturing side, the relational stuff. I'll take care of it. By stepping back from that and saying, nope, you're going to need to lean into your feminine. I gotta, as a feminine, lean into my masculine and have some boundaries here. Have some rules about myself. Okay, so that's what's been going on. So I'm going to go deeper. I will talk more about the astrology, which is super fascinating for next year. And all right, we'll see where we go. I'll look at what you don't see coming and see how this plays out. All right, link is below, Twin Flames. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.